Yo, welcome credit repair business owners and hustlers. Today's video, I'm hanging out with my good friend, Alex, and we're doing a live strategy session with both of our groups, both of our communities. And what we're talking about today is we're talking about lead generation through social media, Instagram and Facebook. And we're also talking about how really to sell digital products. Guys, I'm gonna give you the inside secrets that allowed me to do this with digital products, $67,000 with digital products. And I'm gonna show you guys how to do the same thing. Guys, God bless, and I'll see you on the video.
Really quick, guys, this method that we're really about to go teach you guys, it's honestly it's really undervalued. We're starting to see a couple of people really starting to make some big moves with digital products, but it's really not that saturated just yet. So really anybody can do this, and now's the time. A little bit about me. I know you always see Alex over here rocking his Lambo, so of course I got to match one as well too. I'm specialized, I've been in this space for around 4 to 5 years. I'm really good at helping clients scale, get their first 20K months. I'm really good with marketing and automation. Now a little bit about my background over here. And like I was saying, guys, the digital products over here, not a lot of people are really leveraging this, especially in terms of making money for this or just general, just getting people to just opt in, getting leads in, and later selling them later. But we'll talk about a little bit of that later. So the way I really find this to work, just based upon doing this, is breaking this down in a simple 3-step blueprint here. First, and this is the way that just prints money here. First, you got to become an expert and start attracting those clients to you. Second is you really need an automated way to be able to sell these digital products, to be able to sell your services as well too. And then finally, now you can make more money with more freedom and also be able to charge a lot more, especially because if you do number one right. And now this is, like I said, so step one over here is really going to start off with just becoming overall the expert in your field, becoming that go-to credit repair business or funding business. So when you're just doing things on social media, let's be honest for a second, ego aside, cast it to the side, we are inherently nosy. Human nature likes to check people out. If you're going through Instagram, if you're going through Facebook, you're scrolling through, most of the people are probably like taking a freaking shit while they're scrolling through Instagram or Facebook. But inherently, by human nature, you're probably going to click on somebody's profile. And if you go to somebody's profile over here, I consider profiles as like digital resumes. And like I said, we really do this all the time. We might post something online that's going to grab your attention, post some value online that's going to grab someone's attention, and you're going to check out their page. So if you don't have your stuff really optimized over here to be able to collect that money, honestly, you're probably losing money. You're probably just throwing money out the window, because it is pretty simple to set up. So let's just start off with a quick little experiment. Before we really go into the money making examples, I just want to kind of preface this to just really show an example of kind of how this works and the thinking behind it. But let's say, for example, we have an Instagram page or a Facebook page, and let's say it's like a blank page. Now, let's say that, of course, we're selling credit repair, we're selling our services or we're selling a digital product. Doesn't really matter what we're selling. But let's say you're spending ads on this. Let's say your Google ads, Facebook ads, doesn't really matter. But let's say your page is really blank. Let's say you spent $1,000 a day in ads to this page. Do you think anything's going to convert? Do you think anything is really going to sell? Well, chances are probably not. Chances are probably not. If your page looks anything on the left, it's probably not going to make you a lot of money. More so if you look on the profile to the right of me over here, as the first thing that you can see is, hey, financial freedom in your terms, how to make this with a big wad of cash in front of me, and then me over here spending a bunch of money on ads. Now, if you were to go to both these profiles from an ad, who do you think you would be willing to spend money on? The guy on the left over here, John Smith, with a mountain in the back, or somebody that's showing money, somebody that's talking about financial freedom, somebody that's showing ad accounts. And I know this might be a little scary over here, but I'm eating a piece of cord over there. But what I'm trying to say is, who would you rather buy from? Somebody that has 10 followers or somebody that has like 1,000 followers? Somebody that treats their Instagram like it's their freaking job, or somebody that treats credit repair like it's just some sort of hustle? Would you rather buy from somebody that's, constantly posting about credit repair, constantly posting value, that's verified, that has 10,000 plus followers, or would you rather buy from somebody like over here on the left, like John Smith? Now, if that makes sense, guys, give me a heart in the chat really quick. All right. If you have any questions, please let me know. 'Cause I do get passionate about this, guys. So I want to make sure I'm helping as many people as possible. Beautiful. See that. Thank you, guys. Yeah, go in, my man. Mitch, my support over here. Let's go. So, like I said, if your profile isn't set up and optimized to really just capture those customers, you are going to miss out on money. Because 24/7, 25/8 people are on Instagram. 25/8 people will be scrolling through your page. Just look at your Instagram analytics. I can almost doubt, I would doubt, and I would put money on it that says zero. People are checking out your social media. People are checking out your Instagram, checking out your Facebook. That's just inherent in nature. So might as well make money on that. Blade, how do you do this? How do you make money on this? I showed a couple of my Facebook groups, but Alex, of course, has an excellent Facebook group to model off of as well too, and his social media. But really, step one is really just becoming that expert in your field. You know, like I said before, who would you rather buy from? John Smith over here, or somebody where their full-time job is posting content, giving value about marketing or credit repair. Full-time, their entire group, they have multiple different groups completely just about the service that they're selling. Now, here's a couple of reasons to really just be able to set this up. And I was kind of talking about a little bit before, so I'll glance over this quickly. But honestly, not a lot of people are really setting this up. You know, you only see the big time players really setting this up. And I'm saying big time players because people are making big time money from this. You know, this doesn't really require a whole lot of skill. Like, honestly, what does it take for you to hop on the phone and talk about something that you do 24/7, something that you get paid for? You know, it's not really that difficult to be able to set this up. You know, content, putting out content on there, you know, you might get originally worried up front that it's not perfect, but all got to start somewhere. Millionaires and billionaires really do start somewhere, you know. This, by the way, too, this system over here, it works for every niche. This is the same basic principles that does work for just about every single niche here. And then, of course, guys, once you set this shit up, this is on passive. This is on passive mode. This is passive income for you. So set it up once. It might be difficult for you up front just to set it up. And if so, of course, reach out to us. But once you have it set up, once you got that foundation set up, you're going to be bringing in that passive income, especially if you're following steps 2 and 3, right? Boom, you're going to be making some money. But let's go into what I call the social media foundations. So step 1 really is branding yourself and becoming that overall that expert in your field. And in order to really do so, I came up with a little 5-point Facebook profile optimization here. And, you know, I'm gonna talk about Facebook first, and then we're gonna talk about Instagram. Really kind of is the same, but it's not too complicated. The premises really comes down to is how easy can you make it for somebody that's viewing your profile to immediately know what you have to offer, immediately know that solution that you have to that problem, and immediately just get people to buy from you. You know, you want to make it as easy as possible to handle those 3 things. And it comes with this, you know. First one is the cover photo. What I love to do is a strong headline on here. They say that after you make your headline, 70% of your advertising is already done. So make a strong headline. I usually like to put a little ebook on here, a little mock-up, and especially with a little call to action, providing value, saying, hey, check out this little X. And I'll go a little bit more into how to create these ebooks and digital products a little bit later. But in terms of your cover photo, I like to incentivize people that are visiting my profiles to opt in. I like to incentivize people to give me their contact info. I like to incentivize people to be able to, hey, I'm going to give them free value, and with the understanding that they're going to trust me more. Because when they trust you, then it's a lot easier for them to buy from you. So, like I said, the cover photo, you need to make sure you kind of have some sort of lead magnet on there, or you can sell your digital product right on there. You know, we're going to a little bit later, but of course, make sure that on your actual cover photo, when people click on it, it might seem obvious up front, but there's so many there's so many Facebook pages that I see that don't have this simple thing on here. But on your cover photo, guys, on your Facebook group cover photo, on your Facebook page cover photo, make sure that when you click on it, you have some sort of link over here. Cover photo, you guys can just look up on Canva, the pixel size. That's pretty simple. Next thing is a profile photo. It's the same thing. You want to be able to offer your profile visitors a gift. Obviously, show yourself. Don't just have like the ebook or the digital product right as the cover photo. You want to show that you're legit people. And when you run ads, ads always convert better when you have a person behind the ad. So what I'm trying to say is that your profile photo, show your face, show your handsome face, show your sexy mug, have your actual personality behind your brand. People don't really buy your businesses anymore. They buy from your brand because they trust you. So make sure you show your face. Next thing over here is the intro section. Again, we want to make sure that as soon as somebody hits your page, you want to make it as easy as possible for them to understand what you do immediately right out the rip and make it as easy as possible for these people to buy from you. So again, on the intro section, hey, I help people increase their credit to go from a renter to a home buyer. Get my ebook over here, which will show you how to increase your credit score by 30 points in 30 days. Boom. Simple as that. Put that around your intro. Because like I said, people are inherently nosy and they're going to check out your social media. Next thing over here is, of course, the bio link. Now, what you can do here is I'm showing a case, in which case it's a Bitly link. Bitly is kind of like a free option to be able to track that, but you can also use Go High Level as a CRM to create these links on here to be able to track it. I personally like Go High Level better because you can create trigger links and it's just a lot easier for tracking and attribution for me. But once again, Bitly is a free option and that works too. Next over here, featured photo, guys. Feature photo, I like to show, once again, the ebook, your freebie, or whatever you can offer to get people to really opt into you. Whatever you can really offer on here to really just get people to just, give your information to you, to trust you. Now let's talk about IG. And IG's, is pretty much the same, but just structured in a different way, really. IG comes down to, of course, five main principles, like your stories, your bio, your link, story covers, and what you post. So let's start off with the story. Your story. Now, honestly, guys, most of my conversions, and I can probably say the same thing for Alex, most of my conversions happen in my stories. Honestly, I want to say around 70-80% of all my conversions happen because of my stories. And I like to be able to treat my stories more so as a webinar, kind of like what we're doing here, but over a shorter version of this and a simplified version of this. And the way I see it really working is that you hustle on Instagram. I'll go a little bit more into this a little bit later, but you hustle on Instagram. You're getting people to follow you. You're posting these reels. You're posting all this stuff. And when people follow you, because you're engaging with them and they're engaging with you, they're immediately your story will pop up. And when you pop up the stories, that's what people are really going to convert. I like to use polls and like to use direct just call to actions like, hey, I'm looking for 5 people that are looking to increase their credit score 30 points without having to call up all the debtors, call up all the bureaus and waste time with that in 30 days. Something as simple as that. And quite literally, you can't complicate it more than just hopping on your phone being, hey, I'm looking for 5 people that want to increase their credit score by 30 points in the next 30 days without having to call up all their creditors. But keep it as simple as that, and also do call to action straight to your digital products as well, too. Next thing that we have over here is your bio. Like I was saying before, your Instagram, your Facebook really is a digital resume nowadays, So your bio, you want to make it as bold, as big as possible. Your billboard, you really want to show off here. You really want to show what you do. Hey, I help people fix their credit so they go from a renter to a home buyer. Hey, I specifically help veterans fix their credit so that they can get a new X. Hey, I help X do this so that they can do this. Most of the time what I find is that people coming in for credit repair, it's not always necessary. I'll go more into this in the detail later. But most people go into credit repair, they're not always looking for, just credit repair. It's usually a means to an end because they want to get another goal and maybe funding, maybe it's just lower the interest rate, whatever it might be. But show off on your digital billboard over here. Show what you can really do. Your goal over here really is to just make the stuff that you do almost come off as effortless. You want to come off as so freaking good at what you do that people are looking at you, living this amazing lifestyle. They look at you like, oh my gosh, this guy knows what he's doing. I trust in my money. He makes this shit look effortless for him. And of course, have an @ link to your business page. Or if you are not using a business page and just running off your personal, that's fine too. Next thing over here is you want to make sure you have a link. You have to have a link on here. Two things about the link is if you're using a link tree, it takes them off of Instagram sometimes. If you're using just a direct to your site, it doesn't necessarily take them off Instagram. Instagram gives you two or three options to put links on there, and I find that you're gonna get if you're running ads to it, a cheaper cost per conversions if you really just keep people in Instagram and you use separate links on there. But if you have those, if you when you start out those digital products and you have those links on your link tree, you're just going to open up yourself to way more possibilities of how much you can really sell people on. And of course, somebody might come into your profile and they might be like, oh my gosh, I don't want to spend, X amount, $500,000 in credit right off the back, but let me check out this little digital product over here. Let me check out his dispute letters. Let me invest $37 in dispute letters. I'm willing to risk $37 in dispute letters. What's worse going to happen? They buy your dispute letters, you provide a tremendous amount of value, and then boom, you can upsell them in later because they trust you. Next thing over here, you got story covers. Story covers, you really want to be able to, use social proof here. The main things that I like to put on my story covers are really past wins, success stories, case studies. I like to show exactly what we do and how we do it. And then I like to show free lifestyle. Those are the really things I like to do is how we do it, proof that we've done it, and show off your lifestyle to again show off that, hey, you make this seem like it's almost effortless for you. I'll turn my AC on. But you want to make it seem like it's almost effortless for you. And so have that on your story cover. Next thing over here is what to really start posting over here. Now, this is kind of for reals over here. So what do you want to post? Facebook and Instagram, their AI is honestly truly, truly incredible. And if you are able to get pretty good with copy and structure your lingo in a way to what people are actively searching up on Facebook and Instagram, you're going to find that you're going to get the exact people that you want to come your way. But keep in mind, if you're just advertising for, hey, credit repair, hey, I do credit repair, hey, I do credit repair, a lot of the times you might end up competing for a very saturated market, just like everybody else. So what you really want to do is you really want to start using keywords in your posts that your ideal clients are searching up. SEO, you might think SEO is complicated, but it's not. Search engine optimization really runs like this. Facebook is a business, Instagram is a business, and they will like you a lot more when you keep users on the page for longer. So SEO works like this. How many people can you bring to a page, and how long can you keep them there? Once you kind of you're keeping both of those things up, you're going to see that you're going to get a lot more impressions. You're going to see that your post goes out to a lot more people that are more like your ideal audience. And of course, you want to make sure that you're leading with value so that you can earn their trust. My motto kind of with this is provide so much value on the front end that when they see that they can pretty much get closer to solving the problem, they see that, this is so much value for free. I wonder what's going to happen when I start paying this guy. If I get so much value for free from this or paying a small little amount, what's going to happen when I start paying this guy $500, $1,000, $3,000? He's going to make me so much more money. That's kind of where I kind of structure that. Now let's talk about in terms of content distribution. Because content distribution, like I said, with SEO, it's really going to attract your ideal audience to be able to buy those digital products, buy those services from you. And you really want to make sure that you're kind of holding this down. Because honestly, it doesn't really matter how many views you get if they're not buying from you. You can get millions and millions of views. Like you can be like Mr. Beast to get millions and millions of views, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be buying from you. I'd rather be that, I'd rather get, 100 views where 50 people buy than a million views where, not so many people buy. I have to work so much more harder for it. I hope that was a good analogy. What I'm trying to say is that you need to really laser target on the type of SEO that you're using when you're creating this content. Okay. And this is how I do it. You got to ask yourself these 4 deep questions over here. Kind of just like I said, kicking ego aside. What do you want to sell? Who would buy it? Are those people engaging with you? And how can I get more of those type of people that are engaging with that I want to buy my stuff, that want to buy my shit, to engage with you, see your solution, and eventually pay you. So, like I said, like literally go through your followers, literally go through the people that comment, go through the people that engage you, go through the people that are sharing your content, and ask yourself, do those seem like the type of people that I want to actually buy my shit? Do those seem like the high ticket executives that I want, so I can charge a good price for them? Do those seem like the people that are cheap people that aren't really gonna stay with this program? Do those seem like the type of people that I really just freaking want, And then of course ask yourself, yo, how do I get more of my target audience to follow me, to engage with me? And that comes down with really engaging with social media as well too. It's called social media for a reason. So let's talk about also a little bit about Facebook here as well too, in terms of just bringing more of those people to you, specifically that target market that you want to buy, that you want them to buy from you. Let's talk about a way to just, bring those people to you, to attract more of those people to you, to your social media. We were just talking about content distribution. Let's talk about something else really quick. And it's the watering hole. It's really about finding your watering hole over here. Facebook is huge. Instagram is huge. Mark Zuckerberg did something amazing for us. He did something tremendous. It's called Facebook groups. It's called Facebook groups. When I first started off, when I was of course, I didn't just do marketing myself. I had my own credit card company. But when I first started out, my main business was through Facebook groups. My main business was quite literally through Facebook groups and hustling on them. And it wasn't necessarily hustling on 1,000 different Facebook groups. It was not. It was more so laser targeting in on 3 or 4 specific groups. Specific groups that have good engagement, that have my target market in there, that I know I can really help, and that I'm also passionate about. So of course, there's thousands of groups that you can go out there. Of course, I'm pretty sure you can think of a couple. Mine were more most of mine were all about mortgage brokers and real estate companies. I would hustle in those Facebook group, providing value, and then just looking for these little opportunities to plant these seeds. Like I said, watch these golden opportunities. When you're just doing things like just posting value on here, leading with value in these Facebook groups, you're gonna find these opportunities, going to the opportunities on here, if you're doing it right. And if you're leading with value, these people are gonna start trusting you. You're gonna gain those badges on there that show group expert. And when you're doing this, like I said, you need to plant these seeds. You need to provide value, just like with your content. You really do need to lead with value for people to trust you. On these Facebook groups, it's no different. You need to go in these Facebook groups and lead with value. Show that you know what you're talking about. And I'm not just talking about regular AI chat GPT stuff, because a lot of times people are posting that stuff and it comes off as spam, and you can immediately just know the difference between somebody that's just copying and pasting chat GPT and somebody that's actually trying to help people, trying to actually provide value. So simple strategy here, guys. Simple. Join groups and freaking interact. Social media for a reason. You need to interact. Post valuable content, interact, talk to people. It goes down in the DMs. Like DJ Khaled once said, it goes down in the DMs. Now, here's a couple of things that I personally post on Facebook groups to be able to just attract clients over to me. And like I said, guys, I do this. I don't necessarily do this too much for my credit repair business anymore, but I mostly do this for my marketing business to be able to bring me more clients. When I first started my credit repair business, this is all I was doing. So when I first started out, I didn't have a lot of money. I wasn't cashed up like crazy. So I needed to hustle, and this is exactly what I did. It was just content distribution and Facebook group hustling. I'm still doing this for my marketing business. I also have a construction business that I bought as well too. We're still doing the same exact freaking thing. But what I'm trying to say, what can you really post on here? Yo, Blaine, what can I post on here? I might run out of ideas. Well, here are a couple of examples that I really like. Of course, dropping value, dropping little nuggets. But I quite literally love asking questions, putting up a little poll. asking people, hey guys, what will help you guys the most? Hey guys, what are you guys looking for in this group? Hey, if it's a mortgage broker group, hey mortgage brokers, how can I help you guys make more money? How can I help you streamline the process of just getting more people approved for mortgages? Another thing as well too is when you're doing these Facebook groups, look at this interaction that I myself is having with Alex over here. I have my own Facebook group. Alex has his own Facebook group. We kind of do two different things over here, and we're combining, we're borrowing each other's authority, we're combining groups, and we're helping both of our groups out together. So we're performing these strategic partnerships that's only going to benefit both of our communities. And of course, posting wins and losses are awesome as well too. Everybody loves case studies, and when you post those wins and losses, don't leave anything out. You might make a mistake sometimes in life. Everybody does. Nobody's perfect, but include those as well. People like to see an underdog story. People like to see what is working. People like to see what doesn't work so that they know what not to do. Life lessons and are fantastic for that. Of course, dropping value, testimonials, all that are just fantastic. I'm gonna give you a couple of examples later too. Oops. So yeah, like I said, join these groups, interact, guys. There's 1.3 billion people on Messenger, guys. That's billion with the B, all right, the big B here, guys. There's so many people on these Facebook groups, so many opportunities that you can make. You know, we literally grew a six-figure company just off of Facebook groups and content distribution. No, scratch that. We grew multiple six-figure companies off of just freaking Facebook groups and content distribution. All right. So networking, it goes down the DMs. DJ Khaled, Major Key was so freaking right about that. All right. And now this is actually what I like a lot. So when you're doing this, you're gonna find that you're probably sending out the same messages all the time. All right. You're probably sending out the same scripts, the same everything, the same ebook, same freebie, same lead gen, same templates, same onboarding sequence, blah, 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 whatever it might be. But this is one thing that saved me and my assistants that are helping me out with this a whole lot of freaking time. So it's a quick app. I'm sure there's thousands of other ones that you can find, but it's called Lazy Board. And what that literally just lets you to do is that when you are texting somebody, you can open up Lazy Board and just have a whole bunch of templated responses. I wanted to show you one on here, but I probably might not look good on my camera. But just a way to just make it very easy. As well, too, Go High Level, this powerful sales solution that we're probably going to talk about as well, too, soon, also does the same thing as well, too. It gives you those templated responses just to make your life just a whole lot easier. Boom. And now, guys, now this is big over here. This is big. This is big, guys. This is big. Scale this up to virtual assistants. So you're probably thinking like, Blade, I don't have all the time in the world to be posting content 3 times a day and also posting content to these 3 different Facebook groups. By the way, first of all, it doesn't have to be 3 times a day. It just doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be. What I'm trying to say is that you don't have to always be the one that does all the content. What you can do is you can get somebody from the Philippines where the minimum wage over there is around $3 an hour, or somebody over in like, I don't know, Philippines, Pakistan, all over Colombia, where the minimum wage is $2 or $3 an hour. Give them your Facebook profile, set up with my system, or have Alex and Blade over here help you out with that system, set that up for you. And we can build out that content distribution system so it's all automated for you on those Facebook groups and on your Instagram and on your Facebook and on your YouTube and on your TikTok. Woo! And of course, guys, you got tools like Buffer, you got Later, you got Go High Level, which just allows you to just automate those social media postings by posting onto the Go High Level and have it automatically posted onto all your different social media platforms, just making your life a whole lot easier. So now, guys, let's talk about what we're really here for, guys. The bread and butter here, guys. Your perfect lead magnet. Let's get into this. So like I was talking about before, like we were talking about, is you need to offer you guys your profile visitors a gift. Like I said, human nature is inherently nosy, and there's nothing we can do about it. So let's benefit off that. Let's leverage that shit. Offer your profile visitors a gift. This lead magnet. Here are a couple of examples over here. Mini courses, challenges. I love challenges. People. I have a 2-week challenge. It's called the 2-week client acquisition challenge. I sell it for like $97 with the $27 upsell, and I've been selling this shit for honestly 4 or 5 years. ever since I really started my YouTube channel 3 or 4 years ago. And let me tell you something. I put videos out from 3 years ago, and I'm still getting sales today from videos I put 3 years ago. Let me repeat that again. This is crazy. I put out videos with my 2 week challenge 3 years ago, and I'm still getting sales from my YouTube videos today from that 2 week challenge. So if you build out these sales systems right, it can quite literally give you passive income for the rest of your life. Content is an asset that you can post and it stays on there forever. As long as you got the SEO right, as long as you're using the right keywords so you're attracting the right type of audience, that asset's going to be out there forever. Other things that you got for great lead magnet ideas is you got infographics, you got checklists, case studies. Case studies are my absolute favorite. I love using case studies here, guys. Um, I put a case study on my Notion board, just shows off all the stuff that I've done with course, of course, with a link to just call me up in the top and the bottom. And what I do is I just take that and I use it as a lead gen way on Facebook groups to be like, hey, you want to build out this webinar. Hey, you want to fix your credit to go from a renter to a homeowner. Check out this case study. The last person that I helped in 30 to 60 days go from a renter to homeowner. Check that out. To show them exactly how it's done with the video as well, too. You can watch the video, you can read it. And then they're gonna watch it and then they're gonna read it and they're like, oh my gosh, that guy actually knows what he's talking about. He just gave me everything in this little case study. I trust him, but it seems like a lot of work. Fuck it. I'm just gonna pay him just to do it for me. That's more or less what they go on in their mind. And for the people that kind of just read the case study and just want to do it themselves, that's usually people that have a lot of time in their hand and usually aren't the type of people that you want to attract. I'd rather be attracting people that know time is money, that are going to read this case study, see that this is like a full-time job fixing someone's credit, and be like, yeah, screw it. I'd rather not challenge this myself. I got bigger fish to fry. I want to get my business funded. I want to go from a renter to a homeowner. I need to lower the interest rate on my mortgage payment. Screw this. I got a full-time job. Credit repair is not a full-time job. I'd rather not try to do everything in this case study. And I trust this guy because he gave me all the answers in this case study so I can do it myself. Okay, I'm just going to pay this guy $1,000 just to fix my credit for me. That's kind of what goes on these people's mind. It might seem simple, but it really is. All right. A couple other things that you can offer people, really just honestly become creative. It really just comes down to becoming creative. Toolkits. I really like toolkits because people can use these toolkits. I use a lot of Google Excel sheets to offer people little toolkits. You can be like, hey, you can pay off your credit card debt by this much, and it'll fix your credit by this much. Obviously creative with it. You guys probably have better ideas than me. Or you can just ask us as well too. Use the toolkits as a way to bring people in. Use these free training videos as a way to bring people in. Show off all the value. Don't hesitate. Don't be worried about giving all the value. And especially don't really be too, especially if you're first starting off with content distribution, the worst thing you can really do is become a perfectionist right off the rip. Don't become a perfectionist right off the rip. Put out as much shit as you possibly can. See what works and just do more of what works. Marketing really is just resource allocation. And I say resource because it's a mixture of time and money, and money is always relative for everybody. But marketing really is resource management. So if you find that your mini courses bring in more leads, hot leads, quality leads, people that are actually buying than a freaking checklist, you know what to do more of. If you find that your case studies are performing better than discounts are just bringing in cheaper quality clients, well, I guess you know what to do now. Cool. So to go off these lead magnets, Blaine, how do I make these lead magnets? Guys, it's pretty simple. You can go to something like the plrstore.com. You can get them very, very cheap over there. As well, too, as you can go to things like Fiverr. I think I'm going to talk about that in a later slide. But presenting your lead magnet. Lead magnets, honestly, guys, it needs to look like comic books. It really does. Because you're going to find that people, like I said, are inherently lazy. The average attention span, TikTok screwed us all. The average attention span really, they say scientifically it's under 7 seconds, but I believe it's way less than that because, like I said, because I'm taking TikTok. So you need to be able to offer this gift as a really a way, a visual way, and also and also a way that people can read, but also just giving people options on how they can just congest this information, congest this value. Have an auditory way, have a visual way, have a reading way, have a watching way, have all those different options for people, and you're gonna find that people, some people might read, some people might rather watch a video. I myself, I'm more so of a reader because I read a lot faster than I can watch a video. So offer everything to them. Why waste money? Why lose money? Like, let's say you put out an ebook and you only have visuals. What if somebody's more so of a reader? They're gonna come in here, be like, screw this visual, and you're gonna lose that customer. No, screw that. It's not gonna take you extra that much longer. All right. So when you're making these mock-ups, like I said, really put a lot of time and attention to this, because that first page, that first headline, 70% of your marketing is boom, is gone after people see that first headline, after people see that first page, after people see that first whatever it might be, boom, 70% of your marketing is done. So really pay attention to that. And they say that shit like never judge a book by its cover. F that. That's not true. Everybody judges a book by its cover. When you're going to a bar with your friends and you're looking for hot chicks, are you gonna go to the ugliest chick out there? No, you're gonna go to the hottest chick. Okay. Everybody judges a book by its cover. Let's talk about another example. Right. You're thinking about two different courses to buy. You're thinking about two different products to buy. Are you gonna buy a product with only 100 followers, or somebody with 1,000 followers, 10,000 followers? Lead magnet, same shit. Are you gonna buy a lead magnet that looks like it was half-assed, or a lead magnet that's like, boom, he's got video, he got reading on here, he's got nice infographics, the information's well put together, it's not so congested, it's spaced out nice, it has a couple of like emojis to brighten the mood, it's using light colors to just, again, make it more comfortable to read. I keep on checking on chat here. I love the hype on here, my man. Thank you guys. All right, examples of great mock-ups. Graphics River is where you can get some more too. Fiverr is where you can get a whole bunch, make custom ones on there. Upwork as well too. But yeah, like I said, writing that persuasive headline, guys. 70% of your visitors will make a decision and take action literally just based upon that headline alone. Don't get me wrong, if you're building something like a funnel, you still need to have the rest of the page to just solidify the information or just answer any objections that somebody might have. But really, guys, 70% of your marketing is literally just that headline alone. So this is my headline. Of course, guys, you already know I do sales management and CRM systems and sales optimizations. I help it go high level and I manage it. So make sure that your headline, spend most of the time focusing on your headline. 100% focus mostly on that freaking headline. Here's a couple of proven headline formulas, and you're going to as I read off a couple of these, you're going to kind of understand how it kind of works. What I find that showing an actual number performs a lot better than just kind of saying that 3x. But here's a going over here. How to get this result in time frame without doing this. How to increase your credit 30 points in 60 days without having to call up all the credit bureaus. 12 tips to increasing your credit score. Easy. Boom. You guys can take a look at the rest or just screenshot that as you so like. Of course, the recordings will be on school as well. And of course, guys, don't be afraid of using emojis. When you're creating marketing copy, when you're creating emails, content, funnels, ebooks, anything, whatever it might be, don't be afraid of using emojis. Lighten the mood. People like a laughing emoji. People like, a rocket emoji, the muscle emoji, the fire emoji. It just shows that you're a freaking human. Shows you're a real person. I use get emoji, or if you're using an iPhone user, you can probably just right click your keyboard and you pop up emojis. Pretty simple. All right. Lead gen, you can sell these digital products as well, guys. Like I was talking about, this is what we're here for, is to sell these digital products. So now here's a couple of examples. So we have two examples over here. And these people are both absolutely freaking crushing it with digital products, guys. Absolutely freaking crushing it so much that the chick on the left over here is literally just selling digital products. Mikhail on the right, he does digital products, and he also has services as well too. But the chick on the left makes a good brunt of her money literally just on digital products alone. I'm sure you guys have probably gone to a couple of people's Instagram and you see a lot of these stand stores pop up a lot. You can use a stand store, you can use a link tree, you can use go high level, you can allow us to create your funnel, whatever it might be. Honestly, it doesn't really matter too much if you put it on a stand store or a link tree or your funnel, because like I said, people really buy not the business, they buy from you because they trust you. So if somebody's gonna buy something, chances are putting it on a stand store compared to a link tree, yeah, I mean you might see a slight fluctuation in terms of like your KPIs, but really if someone's gonna buy from you, they're gonna freaking buy from you. So it doesn't really matter too much on what exactly you're using. If you're using a stand store, if you're using a link tree, if you're using a high and low, if you're using a funnel, whatever you might be using. All those things, all those funnels and all those automations, those sales management systems, automations, AI, and all that stuff can only really upgrade what you're currently doing right now. But yeah, so a couple of tips when you're selling these digital products, in your bio, in your YouTube descriptions, in your content, in your videos, whatever you're doing, or in your Facebook groups and just hustling alone, whatever you might be doing. Here's a couple of tips. So, like I said, and I was talking about before, when you're doing these marketing, when you're selling stuff, always sell with an end goal in mind. People don't just come for you just right. Some people might come for just, hey, credit repair. But a lot of times if somebody comes for just, hey, I need credit repair, they might be competing off a price. So you don't want to market yourself as, the best in competition in terms of price wise. You really want to attract people that you can demand whatever price you want. And in order to be able to do that, you need to be very specific in the type of people you want to attract. You remember when I was talking about how Instagram and Facebook, their AI is incredibly powerful. So depending on what type of copy that you put out there, and even in the video, the stuff that you're saying, the AI will pick up on that and will give you the exact people that you're talking about. So you can be like, hey, I'm putting this message out to people who just want to fix a credit, and you're going to be competing against a saturated market with every other credit business. Or you can be like, hey, I'm looking for hey, I'm looking for, and I'm speaking about this, I know somebody did it, but I'm looking for veterans that are looking to go back into helicopter flying, and they want to be able to lower the interest rate on the payments that they pay for their helicopters or their loans and the training and stuff like that. I love that angle, so I brought it up. What I'm trying to say is that he specifically laser targeted to veterans that want to be able to, I know even though they're done with services, they want to specifically still be in the pilot seat, but they don't, they are paying a lot of money and they want to be able to lower the interest rates on those loans and those helicopter payments and the financing options on those helicopters. So I'm trying to say is that because he wasn't specifically going for, hey, it's just I do credit repair, competing against pricing with everybody else, and he was going after the specifically targeted niche about people, veterans that still want to have their own freaking chopper over here. He was able to charge a lot more for that. That might not be the best example. Let me give you a couple of other examples over here. Working with another client over here, and I think Alex knows him as well too. He lives over in Daytona, Florida. I'm not gonna try to name drop him, but he runs a really nice, good credit company. And let me give you two examples here, actually, to kind of solidify my point on here and how to really optimize the copy and what you're writing. I got credit company number one over here, and I got credit company number two over here. Credit company number one over here, they're charging around $100 setup, maybe $100 a month. I got a credit company over here, number two over here, that specifically works with DJs and modeling agencies, helps them get funding, and is charging around 3K plus. Now, let me ask you on here, who do you think on here, the person that's charging around 50 to $100 a month, compared to the guy that's charging around 3K plus, specifically targeting modeling agencies and DJs? Who do you think on here, who's complaining about the customers more? Who's complaining about cheaper customers more? And who has the Lamborghini in the garage? Who has that bright red cherry Huracan in the garage? Is it the guy that is charging 3K has a Lamborghini, or is it the guy that's charging that 50 to $100 a month complaining about customers? I think you can kind of get my point over here. Because this guy over here was able to brand themselves as that go-to credit card company for DJs and for whatchamacallit, and for modeling agencies, because he was really specifically advertising that end goal specifically, he was allowed to charge a lot more. And you can definitely tell the difference between the person that's charging $50 a month, that's always complaining about how the customer's always complaining, it's the last amount of money, I trust them with the money, blah, blah, blah. It's a big essay, they're always fighting on the credit monitoring. Hey, you lost the credit monitoring, didn't go through, whatever, compared to, hey, here's 3 to 5K, boom, fix it for me. Just do it for me. These guys they have an end goal in mind already. They know their end goal. These guys are way more invested into achieving that end goal than somebody that just wants to, hey, I want to fix my credit because I was told that's something I should probably do. I was told that's something I should probably invest in. So what I'm trying to say is that it really helps in your copy when you get very, very specific on what you're trying to, on the people that you're trying to attract. And to continue, what I like to do with digital products, and honestly, my first success with a digital product was because it was under $500. If you're selling anything online, I find that it's a lot easier to close people for things that are under $500, $500 plus. You kind of need a sales call, kind of really depending on your branding. That's kind of what I find. But what I'm trying to say is that what I really like about digital products as well too is that it's a great way to supplement ad costs. So one of my oldest funnels that I'm still running today that converts like insane is, and I learned this from Russell Brunson, the founder of ClickFunnels. And I'll talk about Russell Brunson, what he did, because we all kind of know him more than me. And then I'll relate it to me. But Russell Brunson, what he did is he sold, I think it was like a $500 to $1,000 course, which is his digital product. And that $500 to $1,000 course was really just enough to really overcome that ad spend. And then what he would then do is he would roll everybody else into his CRM, which is 97 to maybe $300 a month. But what Russell Brunson really did and what made him successful is that he didn't really make money too much off that digital product, because that was really, he was just overcoming ad spend there, the way he kind of set up his offer. He really made money more so on the back end, more so on those subscriptions. So even if you're running a digital product and you might be like, oh my gosh, I'm running ads on the digital product and it's not performing the way I want, figure out a way to make it perform the way you want on the back end. Figure out a way to then have those people that buy that initial upfront from you. How could you resell those people later in that community by nurturing those people? And you always say that once you get that card initially from them, once people buy from you initially, it's always a lot easier for them to then buy again and again and again from you, because they trust you, because they give you your card once first and you prove to them that you're not a scammer. As soon as somebody buys from you, their immediate thing is like, oh my gosh, did I make the wrong move? Is this guy a scammer? Blah, 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 blah. But because that this guy gave you the card, they bought something from you, you provide a tremendous amount of value, it's a lot easier for you to then upsell them in the future. So if you're designing these offers, these digital products as well too, have the goal in mind that, yeah, you might do great with this digital product, but it's more so it's even better and even more profitable, honestly, when you bring people in and then you upsell them later. So now let me relate that Russell Brunson over to mine. So Russell Brunson had that course and then he was selling to the CRM. I built out something similar to that based on the same thing. I had my 2-week challenge, which I talked to you about before. And I have a 2-week challenge going over into my CRM, my credit repair CRM, my sales management system that has all the automations and all the funnels to be able to run your credit repair business, manage on autopilot all those active clients. But what I'm trying to say is that I brought people in from the 2-week challenge, leveraging that challenge I was talking about. They'll buy that 2-week challenge for $97, quick $27 upsell, and then they'll go over into my CRM, which will get them into that subscription. And that's where I was really making a bunch of money. So for your credit repair business, how can you leverage that same overall system to be able to make money from? Obviously you can sell these dispute letters for 37, 49, $100, whatever it might be. But then make sure that after that you sell these guys in these dispute letters, you have a system built out so that you can bring them into your database, bring them into your community, bring them into as a subscriber, bring them into as a follower, for then you to then re-nurture with content, emails, community posts, social proof because they're in that community and they see everybody else winning and stuff. But build out a system as well too for you to then re-nurture those people and then bring those people back in when they're ready to then rebuy from you something bigger. Boom. Let me drop the mic on that one. I think that was a pretty good one. Make sure I have any questions on here, guys. Boom. Smart. Thank you, Mitch. Thank you, brother. Let's keep on rocking. Let's keep on rocking, guys. By the way, if I went over that a little quick, let me know if any questions, of course. Let me know, guys. So now you're probably thinking, yo, Blade, but like you're just talking about lead gen before, you're talking about freebies, and then you're talking about selling shit. How do I know what I can sell? How do I know what I can just offer for free? Well, let me break that down for you. All right. This is what I find that just works for me, works for Alex, it works for these other two people over here too. Things to offer for free is quick training guides, quick training guides that talk about that credit repair in general. Something that anybody can really get. Ebooks are great, one-on-one credit education, your actual credit consultation, all of that stuff for free. Things to sell are more specific things, dispute letters, specific dispute letters, training courses on how to go from a renter to a home buyer, training courses on how to lower your interest payments. Remember what I was talking about before? Those two different types of companies. 1 and 2, the guy with a Lamborghini, the guy probably she was check with a broken Honda complaining about cheap clients that was only charging $50 a month. This person that was just complaining about cheap clients that's only charging $50 a month, her messaging was just, hey, I just do credit repair, and she was competing off her pricing. The other client over here that has the actual Lamborghini in his garage, he was more so tailored his message to, hey, I do credit repair specifically for DJs, specifically for modeling agencies. So when you're selling your shit, if the stuff that you want to sell has to be laser targeted with that end goal in mind. So dispute letters that will help people remove collections, dispute letters that will help remove bankruptcies, video trainings that will help people remove student loans, specific things, challenges like my challenge over here, 2-week client acquisition challenge. Well, more specifically, the 2-week words sometimes are hard. 2-week credit repair client acquisition challenge. You can do other challenges like renter to homeowner challenge, things like that, things that are specific with that end goal in mind. And of course, guys, like I said, give so much value up front. It makes them wonder what more they will end up receiving, how much more value that they can have with you, how much more they will win with you if they end up paying you. So even if you offer this freebie, even if you offer this little cheap $37.97 $100 thing that right off of bacon, you might be like, oh my gosh, Blade, I'm really not gonna make that much money off of it right now. But offer these people so much freaking value up front that people watching this ebook, people that are looking at doing this challenge, people that are doing these dispute letters, like, oh my gosh, Blade, you're a freaking G. You helped me out so much with this freebie. You helped me out so much with this $100 product. Blade, with that $100 product, I made $1,000. I wonder what's gonna happen when I spend $10,000 off of you. I'm probably make $100,000 off of you. All right, that's the mindset you really need to have going on with this. And like I said, yeah, you're usually advertising the end goal rather than just credit repair. Boom. I see some chat questions on here. Awesome. Yeah, hope that helping guys. All right, cool. Next thing, guys, let's talk funnels and let's talk some automations over here. My cat over here. My girl just rescued the cat, so is interrupting over here. Get out of here. All right, let's talk some funnels, guys, because now that you kind of understand how to really just attract high quality traffic to you. Now that you understand content distribution to attract free traffic. Now that you understand Facebook group hustling to attract free traffic. Now that you understand how to really build out those digital products to then make money. Now you need to really start developing these automated systems so that you can just be like what I said in this very beginning of this video. I recorded a video 3 years ago to my 2-week challenge. I'm still making sales today. You need to create these automated systems that just allow you to just get paid while you're just on the beach drinking margaritas, Guys, let me tell you something. First of all, I used to live in Pennsylvania, originally OG, New Jersey. Then when Corona happened, I moved over to Pennsylvania. middle bumblefuck, guys. I dropped out of college when I really started building out my first funnels. And guys, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I live now in Puerto Rico, a block away from the beach. And guys, I absolutely freaking love it when people are buying my 2 week challenge, when people are buying my shit, and I don't really drink too much anymore. But when I'm on the beach and I see my notification that my merchant account is just freaking growing because I have these passive income systems, these passive sales systems. I have these systems that are working for me. I have my money working for me, and it's just making more money. It's accumulating, accumulating. You know, Einstein said the most powerful thing in this world is freaking compounding. And honestly, it is. You know, content that you put out there, you know, it's always out there. Content really does compound. Your marketing efforts compound, guys. Let me tell you that. So let's talk about these funnels now, all right? Before I get too passionate about that. Funnels. Your social media is brick by brick, guys. Brick by brick, laying down that foundations, guys. I love it. I think it was Meek Mill or Big Sean say that there are levels to the shit, guys. There really are. You need to lay down those foundations brick by brick, build that empire, guys. Rome wasn't built in a freaking day. I think you all know that. Funnels. Funnels made simple. You're probably wondering, yo, Blay, what the difference is, first of all, from a funnel and a website. A website really just showcases all your information. You know, you use a website, you know, as really just a way to just show people all your information. Your funnel really is to just laser target people onto a specific conversion action. And what do I mean by that is people don't get distracted. People get distracted on a website with your testimonials, with your about me, with the FAQ, with this, and this. And with the average attention span of being under 7 seconds, you can see that if people are constantly just, you know, going from page to page, getting distraction, you know, reading your FAQs, watching videos, people are gonna get distracted. People are gonna, you know, people are gonna go, they're gonna play fucking like Flappy Bird or something like that, whatever, and they're gonna stop checking your site. Whereas the main objective of a funnel is to get them to do that one conversion that you had on there. There's no other buttons, there's no anything else, but just hey, do the conversion that told you to freaking do. Okay, that's the point of a freaking funnel. And your profile, like I said, your digital resume, your Instagram, your Facebook group, all your lead gen assets that you have, all this shit just combines into this overall funnel empire that you're gonna have. Your profile, you know, attracts people in. The content distribution brings traffic into your Facebook profile that brings people into the landing page, which they book in sales calls with you. Then they go to the thank you page, and maybe you want to offset them on something further, bring them into your community, whatever it might be. You know, but those are all funnels are to get these people to do these specific conversion actions. Okay. Now, when you're talking about these funnels, you have to have a plan. Of course, you need to have a plan. They say that a dumb man with a plan will beat a super smart and successful man without a plan every single day. You need to have a plan. And guys, let me tell you something. I've talked with billionaires. I've talked with millionaires. And let me tell you something. These guys are really no different than us. They are no different than us. They talk the same with us. They go to clubs with us. You know, they hang the same women that we do, guys. We're all humans, all right? There's nothing different than a really successful person than you. It's just that you don't have that plan yet. Or maybe you do have that plan, but you haven't implemented it yet. Or maybe you do have the plan and you don't know how to implement it, and you need to just call up Alex or me to be able to help you implement that. So when you're building out these automated systems to just automate your freaking passive income over here, how are you going to do that? All right. And as you can see over here, guys, these funnels aren't that complicated. The one over here in the top left is a simple 3-step funnel. The one over here in the top right is a 3-step funnel. It just looks fancy because it has emails going out, text messages going out, emails and text messages. The one on the bottom right might look the most complicated, but let me tell you something. It really isn't. It's a landing page to a webinar. If they didn't watch the webinar, it takes them to the re-recording of the webinar. If they like the webinar, it takes them to either schedule a sales call or just directly buy. You know, community funnel, you know, Facebook ad to an opt-in takes them to the community. When they opt in, you know, the appointment center calls them up, or you get the emails and the text message right at the back. Funnels aren't that complicated. They don't need to be, because oftentimes the most simplest shit is what's going to make you the most amount of money. All right. Let me tell you that the most simplest shit will make you the most amount of money. Just do things that make sense. Perfect. Next page over here is our landing page. So let's talk about a couple of these funnels over here. So this direct offer funnel, where's the direct offer funnel up here? Top right over here is the first one we're going to talk about over here. I just want to break down these funnels for you briefly, just so that when you guys go off on here, you kind of understand what really converts in a funnel. So you guys understand how to really build up these funnels. So that if you guys want to use maybe templates, you're gonna use the Go High Level CRM. By the way, if you guys are getting Go High Level now, at least do me that favor, use our affiliate links, right? Cash App Alex and me, use our affiliate links. 2 weeks, you get 2 weeks for free as well. God bless you guys for doing that. All right, but enough shameless promo. But let's say when you guys are building out these funnels over here, when you build these landing pages, there's a couple of things that you really want to keep in mind here. When you hit these funnels, like I said, remember I was talking about how that headline is super, super important, right? It really is. 70% of your budget should really spent on that, just that headline alone, and optimizing that. So the video, what people see first, that video, and a book, a free credit consultation now. Landing page tips. So, like I said, use your face. We talked about that before. When people hit that landing page, they need to know your offer instantly. They need to be able to digest the information in a very, very simple way. So screw those ninja credit pair hacks, those specific terminologies that people might get confused on. You don't really need to make credit pair look that complicated, because all that stuff would be like, oh my gosh, that's super complicated. I might need to read further. I might need to it's just gonna cause more friction, what I'm trying to say. Show them the offer, simplify the process, make the results look effortless, and tell them what to do. And you need to tell them what to do, because if you don't tell them what to do, they're not going to do it. All right. Like I said, don't distract people with other things like on a website. And of course, what I really like as well too is when they hit that schedule now button. What I learned works really well is that once I hit that schedule now button, a pop-up will appear, a little form asking for their name, email, and phone number. And then the next page would be the schedule page. But the reason why we have in between the landing page and the schedule page a form is because if they fill out that form but they don't schedule, we can still reach out to them because we have the opt-in information. But if they do fill out that calendar, of course, then good. We're in the green. Next one over here, join our community. I'm sure a lot of you guys, everyone, shout out to Alex. If you guys coming from his community right now, I'm sure you guys have already seen this funnel. If you guys are coming from my funnel hack Lack community, you might not have seen this funnel. But Alex has a fantastic funnel himself, and this is an example of it. Pretty simple, guys. Facebook ad to an opt-in to the actual Facebook group community over here. If you guys want, ask Alex more about that too. Now, what we were talking about before, entry products and freebies, guys. Another great funnel for you to guys use. You can use this as a way to bring people into a subscription, as a way to bring people into a community, or as a way to just like those other clients or those other people over there, those guys are just making their entire business off of just those entry products themselves. Good pricing for these are around 27, 47, 67, 97 are great prices for low ticket products. I like to do what I call a tactical upsell for a $27 just to make a little bit more money on it. And what do I really mean by a tactical upsell? I call a tactical upsell something tactical as in something that people can just keep. So what I offer people is I offer like an Excel sheet that if they put a certain amount in, they understand what they get out. Those are kind of like tactical things. Things that people can kind of keep. Cool. Schedule appointment funnel. So a couple of things to keep in mind when you're just scheduling appointments. Like I said, you can schedule appointments many different ways. You can use ManyChat. You can use the AI messaging system and go high level. You can have us help you out with AI chatbots or with AI voice. You can have a direct offer funnel like the one on the bottom right over here, landing page, schedule, and thank you page. I showed this one previously over here, right over here. And just a couple of things really to just make sure that you keep in mind when you're scheduling. These 4 key points to just overall increase the amount of people that are going to be showing up to these calls over here. The first thing that you really want to make sure is, of course, you want to ask these people to confirm the appointment. As soon as they opted over here, you want to send them out an email and a text message and be like, hey, we take your call super, super seriously. Make sure that you respond yes to confirm your call. Guys, take notes on this shit over here. I'm telling you guys, you want to make sure you have this. All right. I'm telling you guys, this shit right here is fucking alpha. I can drop my mic after this. All right. Make sure to confirm the appointment. Obviously, you guys already have this as appointment reminders. You know, a lot of things like Calendly, you might already have that already default in. Other things like Go High Level, you might need to put it in. If you're using one of our credit for snapshots that we already have for Go High Level, reach out to us if you need it. It already has a bunch of different appointment reminder options already preloaded into the system, so you can just get started right away. As well, too, make sure you freaking send them out a calendar link as well, too. I'm sure you guys already got this as well, too, for just this Zoom link. You know, what Alex does is he sends you out a calendar link to automatically add this on your Google Calendar or to your iCalendar. You know, this meeting, you know, I live off of my calendar. You know, if somebody wants to meet with me and it's not my freaking calendar, I'm not going to talk to that guy. Just be straight with you guys. All right. So make sure you have ways for people to be able to save that calendar onto the phone, onto the Google Calendar. Overall, just make it as freaking easy as possible for these people to actually show up. Calendar link to save. Another thing I like to do is I want to say threaten these people, but I like to say that, hey, my credit consultation is normally valued at $297. You know, I typically charge people $200, $300 for credit consultation. We only waive the first one for free. So you only get the first one waived for free. You only get it once, so don't miss on this opportunity. So there's just 4 alpha points right in there to help you out there. All right. And when you're doing these lead gen and all these things, at the very, very least, you know, like, let me go back over here real quick. Cool. When you're offering these leads, these ebooks, these freebies, whatever it is, at the very least, make sure you get their email. So when you have these opt-in forms over here and you're asking for like name, email, and phone number, the way I find to work really the best is structured like this. Make name required, make the email required, but the phone number oftentimes kind of causes some friction. Sometimes it doesn't. So I make that one like optional. And what I'm saying about that is because, oops. Yeah, make sure you get the email. Make sure you get the email because emails work. All right. Emails truly do work. All right. You might not be thinking that emails don't work because you might just go through your emails and just delete them all. But emails do work. And more importantly, emails that get straight to the freaking point work the most. Let me go back over here. So to build out these funnels and build out these automation systems, like I was talking about before, there's plenty of different things that you can use. ClickFunnels, Wix, Kartra, I've used all those before. Oops, I'm plugging my laptop over here. I used all these before. What I find that works the best is freaking Go High Level or our snapshot that we already have in our CRM that we already can just preload to you so you guys can just get started right away over here. Now, like I said, guys, if you guys want to use our Go High Level, if either you guys want to just try Go High Level for yourself and get that 2-week for free, I'm pretty sure that this recap will be dropped in school, in the community, as well as this presentation. So I just encourage you guys to just use that 14-day link, guys. It will encourage us to want to help you guys out a lot more too if you're using our link. Let's go. Let's talk some more about scaling, guys. All right, let's talk a little bit more scaling. I think having a battery life. Cool. I think we're good. Let's talk about scaling, guys. If not, my charge is right there. But let's talk about scaling. Like we talked about already about emails. Emails work. What I find that really works the best with emails is in the subject line. Make sure you use their name. I think that's kind of might be a little self-explanatory for some, maybe some not. But make sure you use their name in the subject line, and with the emails, honestly, just get straight to the freaking point. What's really great about with Go High Level is that you can use what are called trigger links. You can use trigger links on Go High Level so that you can track people that click on that link. And then what you can do with that is that anybody that clicks on that link and at least shows somewhat interest on that link, I'll just call those people up. People that actually expressing interest, that click on that trigger link, that goes to your calendar page, goes to your sales page, add it to another stage in the pipeline, and it's already set up on the CRM as well. So that then you have your appointment setters, you just have other emails and text message automations go out to the people that are expressing interest in those emails, so that you can just make sure that you're following up, nurture those people, and eventually convert those people into some freaking paying clients. Yeah. Cool. Scaling with ads. Guys, for those that tell me that ads don't work, I don't know. I don't know. Let me tell you something. Ads freaking work. Ads completely work. People that tell me that ads don't work is just a freaking excuse, and maybe they just don't know their offer. Usually when I find that people that complaining about ads, is because their offer isn't converting organically. You know, ads, paid traffic, theme pages, influencers, radio broadcasts, all those paid traffic methods only can amplify what you already have. So when we first talked about all those organic client acquisition strategies, content distribution, Facebook group hustling, those are absolutely fantastic for you to be able to also understand your offer a lot better. Understand what really is converting. More importantly, understand what people are willing to pay for. Once you put out 1,000 pieces of content and you really laser target at what's really working and making the most money, boom, run ads to that shit. Run ads to that shit. Because there's nothing more satisfying than putting $10 into something and getting $20 in. Because then what you can then do is all you gotta then do is just add more freaking zeros to that shit, guys. Literally adding more freaking zeros. All right. And like I said, there's nothing more satisfying than you just running it up with Facebook ads, adding more zeros to your ad budget, guys. All right. Of course, it takes split testing and everything, but like I said, that is just resource allocation and understanding your KPIs and allocating a budget to ads that are converting. And keeping in mind, it's not really all about numbers. You know, I know a lot of people that are running ads and they're just like, yeah, but I can get a cheaper cost per cheaper lead than you. You know, my leads are coming in at 99 cents and your leads are coming at $20. Why are yours better? Well, does a lead doesn't necessarily mean a paying client, you know? Lead doesn't necessarily mean a paying client. Are those leads that are coming to you at $2 mean that you're actually getting somebody that's paying you? You know, and and I can almost guarantee that all the people on here has been approached by some sort of marketing agency offering some sort of lead gen service or to buy leads or whatever it might be. All right. When those people are approaching you, you need to ask them, are you just selling me leads? Or are these actual sales calls that are pre-qualified, scheduled, know that we're offering, we know our pricing and are ready to buy, you know? Because when you have that proper branding set up, and this really does make the difference between like successful ad campaign and one that's not successful, is that when you have that branding set up right and you are boosting ads, putting paid traffic to a brand that's already converting, all you really need to do is really just add more zeros to that marketing budget. You know, once you understand what type of video is doing what, getting the best conversions, all you really need to do is figure out more better ways to just bring more traffic to it. So there's plenty of ad attribution softwares out there. You know, you got like Hyros, you know, ClickFunnels does it. You know, I'm a massive freaking supporter of Go High Level over here in our CRM. Main reason being is because what Go High Level really allows you to do, and it does it really, really well, is it shows you exactly what ad does what. So let's say, for example, you put an ad out here targeting consultants, and let's say you put another ad down over here targeting call centers and automation. I know it's not on topic here, but it's just a random example over here that we have on here. And you're getting consultant ad $5 per lead, but you're getting the call center one at $15 a lead. But let's say that in your Go High Level, it's showing that $5 you're not getting any conversions on it, whereas $14 over here you sold a couple people. Obviously, you're not going to want to turn this one off because it's performing for you. It doesn't really matter how much that the lead cost is $15. That ad is bringing high quality of points for you that are converting, higher quality than the $5 ones. So I'd rather put more of a budget to a lead that might cost a little bit more, but it's actually making me sales. Because if you understand that the quality is there, and you understand that people are converting from it, bringing down that cost per lead isn't really that difficult. It really just comes down to split testing. And it really, like I said, yeah, it really comes down to split testing. And then another thing that I really do want to make note on here as well, too, is that, yeah, like I said, knowing your numbers, knowing if they're freaking paying clients, really understanding your numbers over here. But you also really want to make sure that when you're running these ads, you really want to make sure that, like I said, everything needs to be tracked. If you're going to be spending big money on ads, Facebook is going to allocate your by default, it will allocate. This is alpha here. Guys, pay attention. Wake up here. This is alpha here if you're going to run ads. Facebook will allocate a budget to the lowest cost per lead. Okay. Now, knowing that, credit repair is a very saturated market. And this is something I learned just by spending thousands and tens of and hundreds of $1,000s on fucking Facebook ads. Is that Facebook will allocate your budget to the lowest cost per lead because that's by default. You can always change that. And what happens is that some credit repair companies out there, because it's so saturated, they might be a little scummy. And what you're going to find specifically with lead form ads and a couple other things is that you might get spammy results. You might get lead form ads. They might call and like, who the fuck even is this? So you might do this ad where you're bringing leads in, and it's just some random Chinese dude from God knows where. Because a lot of the times, because credit repair is so saturated, you're going to find that if you're running just basic credit repair ads at just the lowest cost per conversion, you're going to get a lot of bots, is what I'm trying to say. So to kind of overcome that, there's a couple of things that you're going to want to do, all right? First thing, don't optimize for the lowest cost per conversion. Second thing, making sure that your messaging and your offer is really, really on point, because it also optimizes the AI to the copy that you're writing. Just like I was talking about before with Instagram and organic content distribution. And also, too, if you're doing lead form ads and you don't want to get bots on there, just another piece of alpha, some drop over here right before I drop the microphone, is that also make sure that you double confirm their appointment on the actual lead form ad. All right. And if you don't know what that means, I'm not going to waste this entire thing on it. Just watch the YouTube video. But yeah, double confirm the appointment on the lead form ad. Let's get on to it. Let's continue. Mass content distribution and shout outs, guys. All right. Did I talk about influencers yet? No. Mass content distribution and shout outs. Let me tell you something. What does this add up to? 7, 26 plus 10. That's 30 plus 7, 37K, a little bit more, whatever. 40K, whatever. Fuck it. Let's say 40K. So I don't think there's anything more that will multiply your money that I have seen out there than influencers, theme pages, and shout outs. This is going to be another piece of alpha here, guys. I'm bringing the fucking crazy alpha to you guys at the very end. So people that are actually fucking motivated and that stay to the very end of this are going to be able to see this crazy shit here. And I'm going to repeat this again. There's nothing that I've ever seen that multiplies a business more than shoutouts, influencer shoutouts, theme pages, whatever. But then again, you can lose your shirt on it too. You can definitely lose your shirt on it. I kind of, if you guys are in futures or anything like that, I kind of consider kind of as like future trading, because you can get a contract that I don't want to get into that, but let me give you an example over here. Over here with wealth. Excuse me. Oh, I don't want to name drop again. This client over here that has his 40K. This is the inside look of his sales pipeline over here. His go high level system over here with that 40K. That was in his first month. All right. And the way we did this was by leveraging theme pages. We leveraged theme pages, all right? And it wasn't even an influencer. I can name drop this because everybody probably knows it. You guys all probably follow this guy. He's called Millionaire Mentor. The guy has like fucking like 10 million followers. What we did with him is we posted a theme page ad on here that went with his content, and we do get special pricing because we do use cheaper prices. We do use these guys a lot. We use all these other theme pages and influencers a lot. But what I'm trying to say is we spent 5K in this and we made 40K out of it. All right. Off of I think 2 theme page posts. Let me give you another example. Way back when I had when decentralized finance, if you guys are into crypto, was a massive thing. And it was the new hot trendy topic. I was working as a CMO for a company called Valify. You guys can look it up if you want. I have a lot on my YouTube channel as well. And a marketing budget, I think it was like 5 or 6 grand, 5 or 6 racks, not a lot. And I think we had 3 or 4 months really to just build out this marketing campaign to just sell out. And we're selling out NFTs to be able to then put money into development. And we spent around 5 or 6K on 2 influencers, people that were showing their face on YouTube and on Twitter. Spent around only 5 or 6K. And that first week, guys, we sold out with NFTs around 1.2 million. Second week, we had another sale, Second week, another 750K. And that was once again off of a 5 or 6K budget from two influencers. So, guys, remember what I was talking about way back when to, leverage these strategic partnerships? I already know Alex is always fuck, I don't even know where it is. Fuck, I'm not gonna go all the way to it. I'm not gonna try to find that shit. I know Alex is always talking about leveraging strategic partnerships, helping people out, but leverage those strategic partnerships. Build relationships with those people. Build relations with those people that can get potentially denied for bad credit. Build relationships with fucking influencers. Let me give you another campaign that we use. This is a cool one, actually. This is a really, really cool one. We worked with a DJ. We literally is a Spanish speaking DJ over here in Puerto Rico. And we worked with this DJ. It's a big time DJ. What we did, we just fixed his credit for free, and we fixed his credit for free. And he did a shout out on his Instagram for us. That one shout out on the first day closed 12 deals for us. 12 deals for us with that one shout out. So I don't know what 12 deals for you guys means because everybody's pricing is different, but for him, it was around 2K per, so that's 24 grand. So because he was able to sacrifice some time and fixing the DJ's credit for free, this guy left a testimony on his Instagram, and immediately, guys, the first fucking day, 12 deals. Then again, the influencer didn't have the video out for too long. I think it was only 3 or 4 days. But on the first day, it was like 12 deals. It was crazy. It's something insane. Second day, it started trickling off, maybe like 2 or 3 deals, whatever. Still, guys, fixing somebody's credit for free, a DJ. Ooh. So I'm trying to say is go through your network. Really, really go through your network. See somebody that might have a community, somebody that you might not be able to build some sort of strategic partnership with, to be able to just spread your solution out there to attract more buyers to you, attract quality people to you. And like I said, by being able to leverage people's audiences, we'll build that trust, build a lot more trust really, really quick. And yeah, guys, everything that we offer in this entire presentation, guys, of course, we can always help you out with this as well, too. We've done it for God knows how many you've been in this. I've personally been in this space, marketing specific credit companies for more than 5 years. Alex, probably way longer than me over here. But if you guys need my help, my link's on here. I'm going to drop as well, too, on the chat. My calendar link on here as well. Boom. And, whoops. I don't know if I'm able to do, whoops, let me do this. I'm going to drop my calendar link on here as well, too. The recording of this presentation will be on the community and on the Facebook groups. The recap of this presentation will be on there as well too, and also plenty of ways to get in contact with us. So there's no excuse where you can't reach out. All right, let's make